Throughout history, some communities have developed specific expertise, particularly in the fields of trade and finance. The community we will discuss today has been active in these fields throughout history and managed to establish a wide trade network. So how is this success achieved? Throughout history, the community dispersed across different geographies, diaspora, and evaluated various economic opportunities. At the same time, they strengthened the culture of information sharing and education among themselves. In this video, we will trace this process in the light of historical data.
In 586 BC, the Babylonian Empire invaded Israel and sent the people into exile. Until this period, the community was mostly engaged in agriculture and mining. With the exile, they turned to different economic fields. They specialized in trade, usury, and administration. The Murashu archives in Babylon show that some families of the period practiced banking and usury.
During the Roman period, the community continued to preserve its own culture while also integrating into the societies they were in. They were influential in the fields of trade and craftsmanship. Some took part in lucrative jobs such as gladiator management. Learning Greek and Latin, alongside Aramaic and Hebrew, facilitated international correspondence and account management.
This educated minority both earned high income and established relations with major states. Roman sources show that the community assumed important roles in the trade networks of cities. Especially in major cities like Antioch, Alexandria, Athens, and Rome, it is seen that the community both preserved its own culture and successfully integrated with the societies.
In the Middle Ages, exiles and exclusions occurred in some regions. However, with the rise of Islamic states, the community lived in peace in the Mediterranean and Andalusia. During this period, trade and finance activities continued. Some individuals became influential administratively as well. For example, Samuel ibn Nagrela rose to the vizierate in Granada in the 11th century and maintained this duty for many years.
Nobles in Europe who needed cash cooperated with the community. Radhanite merchants acted as intermediaries on trade routes extending to the Mediterranean and the East, serving as bridges between different communities. Trade networks extended from Spain to China, and this process allowed the community to develop its economic skills.
The community, migrating from Spain and other European countries in 1492, took refuge in Ottoman lands. They established congregations in cities like Istanbul, Thessaloniki, Edirne, Izmir, and Bursa. They played an active role in sectors such as trade, banking, weaving, printing, and others. They were not confined to ghettos as in Europe and found the opportunity to move freely within the framework of the Ottoman millet system.
With the opening of new trade routes, they evaluated economic opportunities and formed a foundation in the field of modern finance. The Sephardic community made significant contributions in fields such as printing, textiles, medicine, and weapon technology. Masters and investors migrating from Europe contributed to the Ottomans' economic and cultural development.
From the 1650s onwards, finance and trade activities intensified in England and the Netherlands. In the 19th century, some families established large banking networks. They took important roles in areas such as state debts, investments, and war reparations.
Those who migrated in the 20th century achieved success in different sectors, especially in America. They were also influential in fields such as entertainment, media, science, and academia. Entrepreneurs in Hollywood and the media sector contributed to the development of these fields with theater and cinema investments. It was observed that the community was also active in the field of journalism and publishing.
Today, although this community has a small population, it sustains its economic and cultural effects thanks to the culture of knowledge and solidarity they have developed throughout history.
Throughout history, the community has been active on trade routes, mastered financial fields, and created a strong culture of common living within itself. Knowledge and capital have been passed down from generation to generation through education and charitable institutions. In this way, the community has created a long-term impact both economically and culturally.